Hello and welcome. This is Ruth, and today I'm going to show you a little die set. There's only 2 dies in it, and it's called the Flora Frame die set. And I just want to show you that you can use some of these dies that really are quite small and very inexpensive. You can use them on their own to make some really beautiful cards, or you can even incorporate them with some other dies that you might already have and do so many different things with them. So they're well worth having a little look at. But as you can see, this main die here can be used just to cut out this shape, and then this little piece inside can be used to cut out this shape. So if you haven't already subscribed, don't forget to do that and hit the notification bell, and that way you'll see lots and lots of videos as they come up. And if you have time, give me a little thumbs up and leave me a little comment at the end, because that always helps my channel along too. My affiliate links to the die set will be down below, and of course to everything else that I use, so thank you very, very much to everybody who uses those. Now, as I said, this cuts out 2 different shapes, but there's lots and lots of different ways you can use that, because you can use this as a layering die. You could cut it 2 or 3 times and maybe offset it, and that's what I'm going to do in the first card that I've made here, that I'm going to make actually. So I have cut this out in black. As you can see there, they fit exactly on top of each other, but if you just offset those slightly, as in come down slightly and over to the right, well, you'll see a little drop shadow there, and that's really, really beautiful. I'll hold it against a white card. This is an A6 card here, and that's what I'm going to use to make my first card with it. So I have picked out some Ocean Blue Craft Perfect texture weave card. That's the classic card. I love that colour, as you can see. And I've also got some rose pink, because those are beautiful together. Rose pink, and then this little bit of black in it just really makes it pop. So I've decided to add a little bit of gold also, just to make that pop, and another little die set, which I have here, and this is called it's a sentiment die set called I Miss You and Good Luck. And there you are, there's the 2 little dies from that set. This one says I Miss You. So that's a little verso die, and then this one is the cutting edge for around the outside of it. You can use whatever you like. You could use a stamp or whatever, but that's what I'm going to use in the center of this one. And I have cut out some lovely little bits and pieces here. So first of all, I was going to put this onto the page like this, and that would be really, really lovely. And then I have cut out one of these center pieces, as I showed you, to go on here. And then I cut out another one in the pink, and you can see here where I have just cut that in half. So I've gone right across the middle, and then I've cut off this little piece here on the pink one. I'm just going to show you that here. I can find my scissors. So where I've cut from point to point, you can just follow that curve straight in and nick that little point off like that, and in there as well. And then you'll be able to put one of these just down below, and then that little point won't be sticking out at the side there, but it does look lovely and gives a beautiful kind of little drop shadow there, although obviously we're missing the bit at the back and the sides. Now I thought I would really love that to pop just a little bit more, and as you can see, I've picked out some gold because I thought a lovely stripe down the back would be really beautiful as well, and would just really finish that card off. So I have cut this out again in gold, and again I'm going to just go right across there and nip this off as well, just the way I've done with the pink one. And I'm going to have 2 little drop shadow pieces on that now. So the pink one will go on first, like so, and then the gold one in behind that. And I'm going to keep them quite narrow so that you just see a little bit of each peeping through. Now I'll assemble all that bit first of all, and then I'll come back and finish it. I've used both of the dies from the little I Miss You set, and I have cut out the white one first of all with the plain die, and then I've used both of them together with the black, and then I was going to put that on there, but I thought it just needed something else around it, so I just took an older oval die that I had in my set, and I'm sure you'll find lots of those in different kits and things. That's actually from a pretty old layering die set that I had from Tonic, but it's probably about 10, 12, maybe even 13 years ago, so it is rather old, but I'm quite sure most of you would have a layering die in your set. So I'm going to just put that on top of a lovely oval, and the gold again just brings that gold in. I think it's always important if you're layering colours up just to try to sort of involve them all. Don't just put one piece of something in and then sort of expect it all to come together at the end. You do need to tie it through, as in the gold here and here and here, and then just that little bit of black would have been a bit sort of pointless on its own there. You need another little bit here. And then I've got two little hearts. Again, these are from an older die set, and even if you didn't want to put a heart on there, you could put a little a flower or something else that you just like the look of, a little scrolly thing or whatever, and I'm just going to pop that in there and that up there. And isn't that lovely? I actually could have added a bit more dimension onto that one if I had used some 3D foam pads or whatever, but isn't that just a really, really lovely way of using that quite simply? Now for my next card, I've taken one the same size as that, so that's another A6 card, so just the same size as the one I've just previously made. And I've taken this little die this time, and I want to cut an aperture with that. So I've opened the card out, as you can see, and then popped this into the centre and run it through my die cutting machine, and that cut this piece out, which I can use for something else, but it's left me this beautiful aperture in there. But don't forget, whenever you're doing that, make sure you don't put the card through the machine like that, or it's going to cut it through both edges. You need to open the card and run it through, and really ideally you just want to stop it as soon as you can hear it coming over the top of that last bump, and then run it back again. So that gives a beautiful aperture in there that could be used for all sorts of things. You could have it as a little tent card that's going to stay this way or whatever, but I'm holding on to that piece, and then I have taken this die again and I've cut it out in the rose pink, but instead of leaving it the way I did solid in the last one, I've taken this die again, and after I cut this one out, I ran this through the machine with it again, and I've now cut this piece out of it. So that then gives me a beautiful frame that can go on the outside of that aperture, and it just fits perfectly. I want to add the piece that I cut out of this little frame onto the inside of the card, so that when the card's open you can see that through it. And it couldn't be easier, because obviously you can line it up really, really well, just perfectly in fact, by putting it right through that aperture and just holding it in place until that glue dries. So just set it in there, and there you have it. This time I've taken a little stamp saying "Get Well," and that's from the Simply Stamped Circular Sentiment die set, or stamp set, sorry, and that's a little A6 4x6 stamp set, and I've stamped that out onto some white card, and then I have just simply taken a little circle die from another circle layering die set that I had and cut that out, and then I've taken a bigger one in gold and I'm just layering one on top of the other, and then now I'm going to glue that right on top of the inside of the card, like so. And there you have it. Now obviously you heard me say there in that last little clip that I like to sort of bring things together from different areas of the card. So you'll see there I've actually just taken some little flower dies from a different set, and I thought they matched really, really well, and I'm going to just glue them on around the edges here so they'll fit in here. And you could pick whatever little die set that you have. It doesn't have to be flowers, but I just thought that looked really, really nice. See, and I've picked out a few of them here in different sizes, and but all in the gold, just so that they match together here and bring this gold out onto here. And this is a very, very simple card, but it looks lovely. And again, I am really just trying to inspire you to use whatever you've got there along with this die set, because you might just be surprised at what you've got that will fit in with that. For my next card then, I've just chosen exactly the same size and shape as I've taken before, because I want to keep these really, really simple and show you how you can make very, very quick cards. In fact, you could even use them for batch making, and this is a perfect example for that. So instead of just leaving it flat over at the front, I have scored that down the centre and folded this piece back. And I've already gone ahead and put a 2-inch strip of the rose pink card down the centre here. And I've taken a 1-inch strip here, and I'm going to put that down here. So you'll see already that that still looks like it's 2 inches from the front there, because it's got 1 inch here and 1 inch showing there. But when you open it, you'll see the 2 inches. It might be a little bit long, but I'm just going to fix that at the bottom there then. Cut out this piece, and that's going to go centrally on there, so that when it closes over, you'll see it here. And I've got the white piece that I cut out with the little plain die here, and I'm going to attach that on there with 3D foam pads. Now I'm going to add this piece on here. So just remember, you want the glue on the left hand side, and that's not the left hand side when you turn it over, it's the right hand side. So go ahead there and add some glue, and just remember to keep it to that one side, because the last thing you want is extra glue that's going to get attached on here. Some on there, and there you have it. Now I think some of you have been saying before there in the last few messages I've got that I don't use very much glue. You don't have to use very much glue. What actually happens is when you add too much, it sort of warps the paper a bit, and that's the last thing you want. You just want to keep just the bare essentials. Now this time for the little sentiment in the centre, I've grabbed this little die set. So it's called the Celebrate Summer Sentiment die set, and we've got 3 different little dies there with the outline dies on them. So I've chosen Happy Birthday to You, and I've cut the background die out in the pink, and I've cut this one out in the white, and I'm going to layer one on top of the other and then put them onto the centre there. And that's really, really beautiful. Now that's quite a simple card, but I'm going to add a couple of extra little details on it just to finish it, and I think it looks quite effective. But as I said, it's perfect for batch making. Now, whenever you open that up, I thought it would be really nice to have an extra one of these inside, and that could be used for writing on, but it also just mirrors that whenever you open it, and it looks really, really pretty. So again, just into the center of this, because you know that's the center of the card and it's the center of this, and it also will be hidden whenever the card is closed. So just hold it there and check that it's in the right place. And there you are. Now to finish that off, I've gone to the Bountiful Bell Jar die set, and I've taken the little butterfly die, and I've cut 2 of those out, and I think those are so pretty. They're just so handy little dies. In fact, I've had a little look through that die set, and there's lots of them that are just so handy for keeping near your desk and adding on to projects just to finish them off, because that looks quite plain there, although that might be the look you're going for. But I think it looks really, really beautiful with a little butterfly up there. And I want to reflect that on the inside, so I'm going to put one there. For my fourth and last card, I've cut a little aperture into the centre of it again with the little plain die, and I have cut the outside die and then taken the centre out of it again with this one. And instead of leaving the aperture this time, I'm going to glue this on, and then I've taken one of the little shaker bags from Tonic. Just looking for the package here. Yeah, there it is, one of the little shaker pockets. And I've already gone around the inside of that with a little anti-static bag, and now I'm going to pour in some Golden Stars confetti and some Mermaid Parade stars. So you could use either sequins or confetti or glitter or a mixture of both. I want to add both two colours in here, so I just add some in, give it a shake around and add the rest. I've just taken the film off this and fold that over and close it all up. And then there's plenty of room because I've already checked that this aperture is plenty big to hold all of this in behind. So you can either use double-sided tape, high-tack tape would be really good for that, or you can even use glue, whichever you like. But either way, you'll just add that little pocket onto the inside and you'll have your lovely shaker element here. I've used high-tack red liner tape and I've peeled most of it off, the backing tape off it, and I'm just going to pop that directly on there. And there you have it. Now I can go ahead and glue this on, and then we'll come back and add the rest of the detail just to finish it. Now I've got the inside piece and I want to just add that on behind there to give a little bit of a background onto that. And then I have taken Hello, it's from this little Autumn Sentiments die set. There's several in there and there's a little backing plate for it, but I haven't used that. And what I'm going to do is just pop two of those. So you can see I've actually cut white and the ocean blue as well, and I'm just going to pop those right on the top there, across here. I've added a couple of the little gold flowers that I had left from the last time and gone back to my favourite little butterfly of the moment. I really, really love that. And that's going to go up there. I actually had cut a little bow out from the Bountiful Bell Jar die set as well, and I thought that would go down there, but I think I've got enough on that. So there's quite a bit going on. It's what I would call a clean and simple card, but there is a bit going on it as well. So I wanted some white space, plenty of it, and there you have it. Now I might just add some little drops into the centre of those flowers, but that'll be it all finished. Well, that's me all finished, and of course I added some white crystal drops onto this one, and I've got to be really, really careful now. But I hope I've inspired you to use a very simple die set and look at it in different ways and see how you can make some very quick and easy cards, or you can swap it up, change it up a little bit and add other dies from different sets and incorporate those into them as well, and just layer it up and add some more colour, and that would look totally different again if you'd used patterned paper. But I just wanted to keep mine all clean and simple this time because that's not always something that I do, but I thought it would be nice for a little change. So there you are, a layered one with a little drop shadow, a little aperture card, a little shaker card, and a little fold back card. So thank you very, very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, let me know in the comments down below and leave me a little thumbs up because that always helps too. And my affiliate links for this will be down below, and for anything else that I've used that might be of any interest to you. And thank you very, very much once again, and in the meantime, happy crafting. Bye bye.